Boys, I could use a drink. I'm not talking about soda either.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Pour me one too, will you?
You know, I never deliberately destroyed anyone's property before. Before tonight, anyway. Felt pretty damn good to put that jerk out of business.
Yeah, well, you know, it serves him right for running such a skee-ball dive.
Yeah, and having that back room set up for guys to get off on girls who are high off those little stickers. That's lower than low.
Every time I think about what must have happened to my little half-sis Jess, I mean, makes my blood boil, you know?
Nathan, I'm sorry, man. I can't imagine one of my sisters being taken advantage of like that.
Yeah. You know, I'm still getting used to the fact that I have 4 half-sisters out there, but you know what? I'd do anything to protect Whitney, Simone, and Julian's daughters.
Especially Whitney, right, Chad?
Chad's your brother, Whitney. You can't live with him thinking that you'll be platonic. Sooner or later, a goodnight kiss on the cheek could turn into a kiss on the lips, and before you could stop yourselves, you'd be lovers again. Maybe with 2 babies to raise together. Both children of incest. Is that what you want? No. God, no.
Custody? You want custody of my daughter? Oh. Dare you? As if I would ever consent to that.
Well, I will do whatever I must to get what I want, and you know I can do it.
Never let you take my daughter away from me, never.
What the hell? What in Blake is happening?
Just that, Julian. Forces from below have been unleashed. Welcome to Hell on Earth.
Eve, you really think that I could lose Sheridan forever?
Eloise, her mind is in a very fragile state right now. And she has such a maternal need, such a need to be a mother that is just completely consuming her. And I think if she doesn't fulfill that maternal need, somehow soon she's just gonna lose touch with reality.
You know, the thing is, Sheridan and I have been trying to have a baby. You know, it's just with the stress over her mother and my father, it just hasn't happened yet.
I know. Stress can impact a couple's chance of conceiving. But at the same time, Sheridan is literally at her wit's end.
After everything that Sheridan and I have been through, Eve, I can't lose her. Can't.
Oh, yes, you can, Louise. If I have my way, Sheridan's mind, so full of love for you. Gone.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. To keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
How can you be so evil, wishing that Sheridan goes gaga, huh? What am I saying, huh? She's evil, rotten to the core, trying to gas Sheridan while she was sleeping tonight. Boy, well, thank heavens, thank the merciful heavens that your sicko plan bit the dust before Sheridan did.
Shh, keep your voice down. I can still use this situation to my advantage.
How?
Just wait and see.
Precious, I hope you loaded up on a lot of diapers. I got a feeling I'm gonna need them tonight.
Isn't it funny the way people think that Sheridan's life is so above it all? And we both know that it's just rife with pain. Think of Alistair blaming her for her mother's death, sending her off to school in Europe all by her little self. And all those men who pretended to love her so they could get her money. And losing a baby, Antonio. And the emotional upheaval of Catherine's return and the strain that it put on your relationship. I think it's just simply just too much for Sheridan. She needs a child to love and to take care of, and she needs it now, not waiting to get pregnant, not waiting to adopt. It's just not an option considering her mental state. And let's not forget her physical sufferings that she had to endure when she got kidnapped. And you couple that with her emotional problems, and I mean, is it any wonder the toll of it all is that it's just literally killing her?
I'll get you a baby, Sheridan. Because I can't lose you.
Let's get Endora out of here before the house collapses on us.
Damn Julian for honestly seeming to care about Endora. Endora, will you stop with rock and roll? Let Mummy handle your father.
Thank God it's stopped.
Not even close.
Are you and Endora all right?
Oh, yes, we're fine, Julian. No harm done.
I should call the authorities, see if they need any heavy equipment from Crane Construction to help with the rescue.
Oh, no, don't bother. No one else in Harmony will have felt a thing just now.
What are you talking about? That quake was at least a 6 or 7 on the Richter scale.
Even so, no one else felt it.
But I don't understand.
Would you believe it if I told you that my house is built directly on a fault line so small that my house can shiver its timbers and no one else, not even the Bennetts next door, feel a thing?
You can't be serious.
Go outside, see for yourself. You won't hear a single siren or a cry for help, nothing.
No, you're right.
Yes. I had the devil of a time trying to get this place insured, but even with the odd rumble, there's no place like home.
But even Endora could have been hurt. Well, so could you have been.
It's sweet of you to care about us, Julian. But you know, we Lennoxes are of hardy stock. Now, it takes more than crumbling plaster and a few broken dishes to phase us.
You mean this has happened before?
Oh, yes, countless times, and it'll happen again and again.
All right, hey, guys, what is going on with you two anyway? You know, you barely seemed like you were in control when we were closing down that place. I mean, what gives here, huh?
Well, why don't I ask your good buddy Chad here?
'Cause I'm asking you, Fox.
Okay, all right, I'll clue you in here. See, earlier tonight I asked Whitney to marry me, right? Only Chad shows up, makes some real big sick speech, and Whitney got cold feet.
Well, look, I know Whitney went to talk to Teresa. I don't know the specifics, but...
Well, allow me to enlighten you then. See, Chad here doesn't want me to marry Whitney because he wants to live with Whitney. He wants to live with Whitney. He wants to raise my child.
What?
No, you heard me right. Chad wants to live with Whitney, raise my child with her.
No, I can't risk getting pregnant by Chad again. I mean, it's bad enough I got pregnant by him before I knew he was my brother, but now that I do know, God, I can't risk letting that happen again. I mean, this baby is enough of a curse as it is.
The only way to avoid temptation is not to live with Chad.
I know. I can never be with Chad again. No matter how much I still love him.
I hate to see you hurting like this. I know how much you love Chad. I know how much he loves you. You know, I remember the first time
You told me how rude and arrogant he was, that you had a thing for him.
Yeah, you knew I loved him before I even did.
See, we hopeless romantics, we got a gift for spotting true love, you know? And that's what you and Chad had. True love. It was beautiful. It was magical. But now, you gotta face facts, Whitney. He's your half-brother. You can't have those feelings for him anymore. You know, it's gross, it's disgusting, and it's sick.
Okay, don't hold back. Just tell me how you really feel.
Well, if I sound harsh... If I sound harsh, it's because I'm trying to make a point. You cannot be with Chad anymore, Whitney. Now, how you get over him, that's completely up to you. But you can start by not seeing him or talking to him.
Out of sight, out of mind?
That's right. It's not going to be easy for you, but you can do it, Whitney. You have to.
You're right. You're right. I have to steer clear of Chad, no matter what.
Chad, this is a big misunderstanding, right?
Chad, tell him. Tell him that you want to live with your sister. Tell him you're still in love with her. Tell him you want to raise my baby with her. Tell him what a big sick freak you are.
Come on, Chad, you're playing with us, right? You can't possibly want what Fox here is accusing you of.
No, Ethan, I'm not playing with you. It's the truth. I love Whitney, and I want to be with her. I want to be there for her and her baby.
You know, I had no idea there was such seismic activity here in Harmony.
Well, there certainly was the night we conceived Endora.
You know, I've often thought about our close encounter, and frankly, I'm still not quite sure what happened.
Well, no offense, Julian, but I'm afraid you miss a lot of what happens in our sleepy little hamlet.
Yes, I believe you to be right. I am rather preoccupied with all my own problems, aren't I?
Yes, and you have so many of them. Oh, Eve, Alistair, Chad, Rebecca, Fox.
And Ivy. If truth be told, she's part of the reason I stopped by here tonight.
Oh, yes. Ivy. Yes. I got a strange vibe from her tonight. People say that Ivy's changed, but frankly, I'm not so sure.
But you know, Tabitha, people can change. I'm proof of that. I mean, I spent so many years being selfish but I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be a better brother to Sheridan, a better partner to Eve, a better father to my children, all of my children, including Endora.
Why do these mortals keep trying to better themselves?
Tabitha, I'm Endora's father. It's only right and natural that I'm part of her life. A child benefits from having both parents, even if their relationship with each other isn't, you know.
Not Endora. She's absolutely thriving without you.
Well, I mean, that's to your credit, of course, but you don't have to take care of her alone anymore. I want to help.
Help? Help how? Endora doesn't even know who you are.
Well, she would if she spent some time with me.
You really think so, do you?
Yes, I'm her father. There's an intrinsic bond.
Endora feels no connection to you whatsoever, Julian.
Well, I'll show you. Let me hold her.
All right. Go ahead if you insist. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Sheridan, we'll have a baby soon. I promise.
Luis, don't make any promises you can't keep. Sheridan can't handle any more disappointment.
I'm not. Sheridan will get the baby that she needs.
Okay, precious. I'll ask her now. Hold on. Hey, Bethany. Precious wants to know how you're planning to turn this situation to your advantage. Are you gonna kill Sheridan here in the hospital and make it look like a medical malpractice?
Look, you and Precious will find out soon enough. No, okay, shut up. Luis is coming.
Hey, how's Marty doing?
Oh, our little boy is just fine. The pediatrics doctor said that he didn't inhale enough of the gas fumes to do any harm, so.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Mother?
Yeah.
Someone needs changing.
Oh, Marty?
No.
Oh, okay. Hey, Precious, we have some business to attend to. You know what? Maybe we could load up on some free diapers. Come on. In the geriatric supply closet. Come on. Come on.
Luis, how is Sheridan doing? I mean, really?
Eve says Sheridan's doing fine. At least physically.
Why do you say it like that? I mean, is there something else wrong with her?
Well, Sheridan's lost her mother, her best friend, our baby. She's emotionally exhausted.
And then earlier tonight, she thought she'd lost you too.
Yeah, it's a good thing I insisted on coming over to talk to her. If she'd have breathed in any more of that gas, I'd have lost her forever.
Yeah.
Hey, did you get that heater fixed?
Yeah, the plumber called and said he took care of it.
Good. No, I still don't understand how Sheridan could have knocked the line to that heater off accidentally.
Here it goes. Luis, I hate to say this, but I don't think it was an accident.
What do you mean?
You can't just kick the line loose. It has to be unscrewed.
You're saying it wasn't an accident?
Isn't it obvious? Look, Father Lonigan told you how upset she was when she went to see him after you guys had that fight over her mother. And then when she came to my place to see if she could stay there, I don't know, something just wasn't right. And then for Sheridan to have almost died from a gas leak confined to her room, do you see what I'm getting at here? Sheridan tried to kill herself.
You are my passion for life.
Indora, it's me. It's your father.
See, Julian, you don't have any connection with her at all.
But I would if she spent more time with me.
Babies need constant love and attention. A minute or so here, an hour or so there just doesn't cut it.
But I'll find the time for her.
You say that, but you're a businessman. You have an empire to run. You simply don't have the time.
Well, I'll make it, and then I'll take care of the darling child.
How, may I ask?
I'll have Eve teach me. She's a pediatrician, and despite her current situation with Whitney and Chad, she's been a fantastic mother to her daughters. And I'm sure you're aware of the fact that she and I will be married as soon as I divorce Rebecca.
Where? In prison? Or have you forgotten that Eve is waiting to stand trial on 3 attempted murder charges?
Eve is innocent. I would stake my life on it.
Speaking of stakes, I'll impale you on one myself, rather than let you and Dr. Eve have a hand in raising my daughter. And that, Daddy-O, is that.
You know, Beth, I don't care what you think, okay? Sheridan would not try and kill herself.
Your line didn't just unscrew itself, Luis.
Well, fine then. It was never properly installed and it just happened to come loose tonight.
If you say so.
You're damn right I do. Sheridan would not try and kill herself. We love each other, we're gonna be starting a family, and she knows that I would make her the happiest woman on earth.
Well, Sheridan didn't know that tonight after your fight with her over her mother. I mean, she was heartbroken, beside herself. I'm talking desperate, desolate. Enough to just end it all.
She was not. Now, I don't care what you or Father Lonigan think, it was an accident, okay? Sheridan would not try and kill herself.
Chad, how can you still be in love with Whitney?
Look, Ethan, man, we're not gonna be sleeping together. We can live together without having sex.
Oh, please. Ethan, you know what? That'd be like you telling me you're gonna go live with Teresa and keep your hands to yourself at the same time.
Well, Ethan and Teresa aren't brother and sister.
Well, you and Whitney are brother and sister, Chad.
We'll work things out.
Do you see what I'm talking about here? He won't leave her alone. He keeps coming on to her by pretending not to.
All this stuff about Chad and babies making me sick.
You need to eat something.
I told you I can't keep anything down when I'm this upset, which is pretty much most of the time.
I'm sorry.
How did I wind up doing this to myself, Teresa? Why didn't I make sure that Chad and I used protection every single time we were together?
It's too late to think about that now.
Yeah. Don't I know it? Okay, so now what do? You know, I considered having an abortion, but I couldn't go through with it, and now it's too late for me to have an abortion. That's why I think the best thing is if the baby isn't born at all.
You can't mean that.
No, I do. I mean, I've done the research. My baby can have all sorts of problems. That's why I know it's best if this child just doesn't make it.
Oh, it's like that plate was aimed right at my head. And the house was shaking again. Thank you.
Well, it was just a little aftershock. Happens all the time. I've got used to it over the years.
Well, I don't know if I could.
Well, then it's a good thing you don't live here, isn't it?
Well, perhaps neither should you. Let me buy you in Endora, a nice place overlooking the harbor.
No, thank you, Julian. Endora and I are just ducky right here. Now, I'm afraid I have to insist you take your leave. I have to get my beauty sleep.
All right, well, I'll go, but you know, I am serious about wanting to spend more time with Endora.
Yes, well, you may very well be, but I'm afraid as her mother, I can't allow it.
But I really don't see why not.
Because, Julian, I don't trust you. I think it's more of a whim on your part rather than a long-term commitment. And I can't have you swooping into Endora's life and then losing interest and abandoning her.
I wouldn't do that. I'm telling you I've changed. And do you know what started my transformation? It was being with your grandnephew, Timmy.
Timmy. My precious little Timmy. I'll never get over losing him, never.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you, but you, of all people, should understand the positive effect Timmy had on everyone, including myself.
You sneaky scoundrel. Invoking Timmy's memory, so I'll relent and let you see Endora.
No, that was...
Get out. Get out.
All right.
Go back to your wife and your mistress. I don't want my daughter associating with the likes of you.
All right, I'll leave, but I'm still not giving up on being part of Endora's life. All right.
You know, Fox is lying. I'm not coming on to Whitney by pretending not to.
Who's lying now?
Yeah, you need to get real, man. If Whitney really loved you, she would agreed to marry you. But you know what? She didn't. She turned you down flat.
That's because you showed up saying that you still love your sister. You freaked her out so much, she said she never wanted to date another guy ever again.
You still think that's why she wouldn't marry you?
Well, I don't know. You were there, Chad. You heard what she said, right?
I don't buy it.
You see a pattern here, Ethan?
Whitney has a mind of her own, you know. If she really loved you, she would agree to marry you no matter what I
Not
said.
with you barking in her ear all night.
You know, if Whitney's having your baby and she won't tie the knot, maybe it's because deep down she doesn't love you. That's because she loves me.
Is that right?
You can't mean that. You can't want to lose your baby.
Oh, yeah, I do.
It's your flesh and blood, Whitney. It's a life you helped create. You can't just want it to go away.
Look, this is best for everyone, especially the baby. Now, look, either it's going to be born a freak, or everyone's going to know that its parents or brother and sister are going to be labeled a freak. Either way, it's best if this baby isn't born, Teresa.
It has a soul, Whitney. It is not your baby's fault that you and Chad are its parents.
Well, you're right about that. It's my mother's fault. My mother is the one to blame for all of this.
Eve, how's Sheridan?
She's still sleeping. I'll check on her later after looking on some other patients.
Okay. Beth, for the last time, Sheridan is not suicidal, okay? Yes, she's upset about losing the baby, but she's not gonna kill herself, okay? She's emotionally fragile.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the cure for Sheridan is to have a child of her own.
That's why Sheridan keeps thinking that Marty is her son when he isn't.
Beth, you're a genius.
I am?
Yes. Sheridan does think that Marty is her son. That's why she's always so happy and fulfilled every time that she's around him. And Eve says that's the cure for what's ailing Sheridan.
Well, what are you saying exactly?
I want to share custody of Marty with you.
Wait, what?
I want to share custody. That way Sheridan can spend time with Marty and it'll help cure her.
Hey, Bethy, we have enough diapers to last us a month. Ooh. I think somebody else here needs to have a little changing, huh? Come on, here we go.
Okay. Now, Beth, Marty is our son, right?
Yeah.
And you're always after me to spend more time with him. Well, this plan gives you exactly what you want. A sharing custody gives Marty both a mother and a father, and it gives Sheridan something to live for until we have our own baby. I mean, it's the perfect plan, and it's all thanks to you.
Julian's insane to think he can just march in here and insist on spending time with you. No, don't you worry, my little witchling. I won't let that happen. I love you far too much to share you with that mortal man. For centuries, I followed my Aunt Clara's advice, and I never dated out of my set. And I thought she was right to insist that I have a warlock around to help me raise my child. Yeah, but you know how those horny devils are about commitment. So, for the last millennium, I've really been all on my own, watching my supernatural witch clock wind down. And then one night, seeking solace in our grief over Timmy's death, I did the hokey pokey with Julian. And voila, you came along. Oh, my Dora. What a gift you've been to Mummy. I never thought I'd be happy again after I lost my Timmy. But the little lad knew better, didn't he? Timmy reached out and he touched you, leaving a little heavenly bit of himself in you. And that's another reason why I'll never share you with anyone. Never.
Hey, come on, knock it off, Chad, come on.
No, Fox threw the first punch.
That's because I was trying to shut your lying mouth. Whitney does love me. She would have agreed to marry me if you hadn't shown up like some crazy pervert.
No, it's not crazy that I love Whitney.
No, Chad, actually, that's the perverted part. The crazy part is that you actually think that she's gonna live with you and raise my child with you.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
No, you'll see. You'll see, Chad, because I'll never let it happen. I'm that baby's father. So that baby's gonna be raised by me, not you, her crazy freak of a brother.
God, what am I gonna do?
You're gonna have the baby, and I'm gonna help you raise it.
What? No, honey, that's crazy, no.
You're my best friend, Whitney. I love you like a sister. So I'm gonna do whatever it takes to help you be a good mother.
Honey, I love you for helping me try to work this whole thing out, but it's not gonna work. Look, you're in a wheelchair now. You have problems of your own. You have little Ethan. And my child could have so many problems. I mean, I could barely handle them, much less you.
Yeah, but we don't know for sure if your baby's gonna be born with problems, but in a year she could be perfectly fine.
And what about Jane? I mean, you are gonna get Jane back from Gwen, and when you do, you're gonna have your hands full there. You're not gonna have time for me.
I'll find the time to help you.
I know you would try. But I couldn't let you do that.
Well, you can't let your baby die either. It has a soul. It has a right to live.
It's the same thing Father Lonigan said when I was gonna have an abortion. And I guess hoping my baby dies is, it's just as bad, right? Okay, so now what am I gonna do? Okay, you know what? There's definitely a way I can get out of this mess. Yeah.
Okay, how?
I will have the baby. I'll give it up for adoption, and then I'll leave Harmony. I couldn't possibly stay here because I couldn't watch it being raised. I mean, that would be far too painful.
I'm like, Whitney, you cannot be serious.
Yeah, I'll have the baby, I'll give it up for adoption, and I'll leave Harmony. It's the only way.
Jack, come, get off, stop. That's enough. Come on. This fighting is stupid, you guys. Come on. I got news for you. Both of you. Only Whitney. Whitney alone can decide how this plays out between the three of you. Here's the deal. I mean, Whitney is talking to Teresa right now. Teresa hopefully can get her to open up about whatever's bothering her, and then she can make up her own mind. And then, once you guys have all the facts, you can both decide how you're gonna help Whitney out.
I'm all for you having this baby, Whitney. And I understand why you think that you want to give it away. But I'm a mother. So you're gonna have to trust me on this one. Once you lay eyes on your very own baby, whether it's perfectly healthy or not, you won't be able to give it away. You're gonna want to hold your baby in your arms. Feel its heart beating. Smell its sweet scent. You're gonna want to nurse it. Spoil it. Love it, no matter what.
Forgive me for saying this, but you know, you never gave birth to your own brother's child like I'm going to. I mean, can you please imagine the circumstance that I'm in for a second?
I know it's not quite the same.
Not quite. Come on, Teresa, it's not even close. No, I will have no problem whatsoever giving away my child. I've never been more sure about anything in my life.
Don't you worry, Endora. I won't let anyone take you away from me. Especially not your misguided mortal father. No. We agreed early on that I was to raise you alone without interference, and I shall keep him to that. He can right the wrongs of his past with his other children. But you, my little witchling, are staying right here with me. And if your father dares to make any trouble, there'll be hell to pay, literally.
Sheridan, honey. We have somebody here to see you.
Mrs. Wallace.
Oh, no, honey, I'm not your special friend, but he is.
Marty.
Yes.
Oh, sweetheart.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad you came to see me.
Oh, honey. We thought you would be. So you spend some time with him.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm not sure that sharing custody of Marty so that Sheridan can spend more time with him is a good idea, Luis.
Oh. Oh, I don't want to hurt you by arguing about this. Look, this is just something that I want, and it's something that Sheridan needs.
Well, Marty needs a mother. He needs me.
Okay, but I'm not talking about taking him away from you. Yeah, I just think it would be nice if Sheridan could spend some time with him. You know, Marty deserves a mother and a father, okay? And this way he has that. He has a mother and a father and a stepmother, too.
You and Marty are gonna be a family with Sheridan over my dead body. Over Sheridan's.
This baby isn't Fox's. I can't marry him.
But the bottom line is, I want joint equal custody of Marty.
I'm gonna have to call Grace and have her come home from Europe.
No, you can't do that.